that fish oil is really considered cause of fat. Because I said, in my country we have lots of this kind of problem, and then they will try to find out from us. Okay? And then another thing is, of course, you will try to have antioxidant. And the day before yesterday's presentation also gave a very good presentation about the grapeseed. And all these kind of grapeseed is using very popular in monogastric animal at the moment. Okay, this is have a very great market. Okay, and of course vitamin E still is a good one. You can see the vitamin E, and this is 25% of vitamin 25 of ppm. This kind of vitamin E and also grape, and they also can get the same effect to reduce this kind of oxidative things, because oxidative will also cause greenhouse gas effect. Suffering and Quillaja, and this kind of Quillaja, interesting things, because Quillaja is they have suffering infection and not suffering infection. They will, I always try to find out the mechanism why they have this kind of reduced greenhouse gas, because they will reduce ammonia reduction, and they will antioxidate. Okay, ammonia reduction is very, very important to reduce N2O. Remember, this N2O is very highly problem cause greenhouse gas emission problem. Okay, and another thing is we mentioned about this kind of mid-chain fatty acid, and mid-chain fatty acid have two disadvantages, because mid-chain fatty acid they will kill the virus, growth and development. So they will improve the performance, but reduce the greenhouse gas. But whether this also cause the lower animal performance, because from MCF to LCF to higher this kind of fat, higher carbon fat, they need to go through many stages, so they will lower the performance. Okay, and MCF also lowers the efficiency to form the higher. Sorry, this would be wrong. Higher MCF. Okay, and the tannin, saponin, and also probiotic, the commonly inhibit the bacteria and virus. Everyone knows that, but don't forget, if you kill the bad bacteria, you also will kill the good bacteria. So what is the real function about this? We need to make more clear in the future. I check all these kind of things. Even I arrived at this place, I still check with all the new information, but not very clear about this part. And this is our result. We did this result in 2000 years. At that time, Takahashi is still working in Japan. He came to see us, and he found, my goodness, you already start from the east. East is one of the probiotic, and the tea leaves, and then this is the sorghum, and then this is soybean oil, and this is the Chinese software berry. You can see this one, and this one. All these three is related with tannin and also saponin. Okay, you can see their CH4 production is really lower, very, very lower compared with the control group. And each originally expected it will have a very good result, but it seems not as good as this one. We already tried this again. Okay, at the moment, during the last 4 years, we tried the tea leaves, we tried the software again. Okay, sorghum have a higher tannin and also this kind of thing. So why not, based on this information, and of course have some other new things come out, okay? And the monogastric animal, you can see from the diet should be appropriate fat level, slightly higher protein and all these kind of things. But balanced amino acid is try to reduce the nitrogen excretion. Nitrogen excretion will cause N2O increase. We proved this. We already proved this. Okay. And includes function amino acid. Function amino acid you can use in a lot of things. For example, serine or tryptophan. We did this tryptophan study. It's a little bit different from the day before yesterday's presentation mentioned about this tryptophan, because tryptophan can reduce body temperature. Okay, you can under the heat stress situation, you can reduce body temperature. And another thing, important thing is tryptophan can increase food intake. And another thing is very important, it will make them more stable. This is mentioned by the previous speaker. Providing antioxidant and stress relief, vitamin and minerals or this kind of thing. I will tell you one thing. From the business point of view, of course, I want using a lot of antioxidant material. But basically speaking, at the moment, the vitamin E and the selenium still is a very good one. Okay, growing it should be used in fiber to reduce the metabolism of heat. Okay, so this is interesting. Many people say that this kind of fiber will increase the heat stress. Fiber will cause the heat stress. Okay, but we have to be very careful about using the fiber. Nutrition under the heat stress, nutrition overload, all these kind of things is balance. Balance is very important. We did a lot of this kind of experiment too. Management practical. And you can use the face feeding system, you can use the lower stomach density, and all these kind of things you will reduce heat stress. And the heat stress I already mentioned is related with greenhouse gas. Okay, very few people want to agree with this, but we prove the heat stress situation, they will produce more greenhouse gas. Okay, housing and environment, you using different kind of good housing system is very important. Of course, I'm not so say try to push all these kind of poor farmers using the best one. In Taiwan, we also get blame from the farmers saying, you think you are rich people. I'm not saying that. You have to increase all these kind of things step by step. Okay. For example, we're using the PE, POP, PVC as an insulation material. My goodness, they were eaten by the insects. I don't believe that because everyone says the fiber, this kind of plastic things cannot destroyed by the bacteria or such kind of thing. But this is happening in my country. All these kind of PE, PO, PVC is eaten by the one kind of insect. Okay, and then the total inside of this kind of fiberglass is disappeared. Okay, so that is why we change to the ALC and fiberglass. Okay, and of course, this kind of wet pad and forced ventilation system is become very good. In region of the cold winter, we also need to be careful. This is another business. Okay, some have good feed efficiency will have a lower total CO2 production. So ideal protein and all this kind of new knowledge. And the day before yesterday, I had a gentleman mention about all this kind of thing. That is very, very important. This kind of balance of natural amino acid and also using King. So King mentioned about this topic. That is an interesting one. Okay. And the biggest greenhouse gas emission on the pig farm is from the waste. Another is from the waste. And from the waste, you will find they will produce CH4, CO2, and all these kind of things. Even the N2O. Okay. If I have time, we will mention later. Waste management and greenhouse gas imagination. You can see from this picture, you have to understand that this kind of things is very, very important. During the last conference, we mentioned about this picture. But this conference, we add one more, N2O. You can see the bacterial oxidation, they will go from the ammonia. Ammonia is one kind of greenhouse gas. People will not agree with this, but ammonia will become NO2, and NO2 will become NO3 if it goes through the oxidation. And the NO3 will then go to here. Okay? If they can go to the nitrogen. Okay? But if they do a reduction, we're using the interval oxidation method to treat the wastewater, and then go back to the bacteria, and they will go through the N2. Okay, so this is a very, very interesting part. Even in the moment they making the compost, they doing this kind of thing. This kind of compost method is developed in Japan and also using quite popular in Taiwan. But unfortunately, where farmer science is not big, so we are not using. But now it's using very, very popular in China, and also China sells this kind of things in Southeast Asia, whole country. The farmer is inside, pig farmer inside here, and then they will loading this kind of waste in here, and then they will go inside of this kind of house, this kind of treatment. This kind of treatment is aerobic treatment. Interesting enough. An aerobic treatment, then they will have more efficient. Within 7 days, they can treat all this kind of waste. So they will reduce all this kind of problem, but not 100%. I will show you later. Okay, they have to be filled out. But at the moment, when farmer is not filled out of this kind of thing. Unfortunately, you can see it's inside. Okay, I'm lucky. I have too many students. So the students always experience this kind of things. Send to me. Maybe it's illegal, maybe it's not illegal. But this kind of thing, why is important? Because here they can go, like the air goes in, and then the air will come out from here. Okay, so this is very, very important now. Okay, so they will harvest this kind of compost. In our university, we also doing this way, okay, stage of aerobic treatment and the gas storage, and then we using the gas to produce the power. Everyone trying to using the big powers generator. We're using this kind of small one because for the small farm, you're only using the small generator is enough. And once you're using this kind of small generator, you can see all this kind of flow chart. Okay, and once you're using this kind of generator, you will produce CO2, and the CO2 will go to the arch, and the arch will not necessarily go to feed the animal, but will using as another waste treatment. Okay, and then the CO2 will go to the vegetable, for example, tomato. Okay, and then this kind of things will go to animal waste and go further. And of course, we know, everyone knows this. If you study from junior high school, they have photosynthesis of chloroplast in the leaf cell. Okay, they're using this. Of course, they also produce CO2. Okay, this kind of leaves. And so we put all this kind of CO2 into the water. And so we are culture this kind of arch. And once we culture this arch, and you can see this arch, we buy from the arch company. And then we doing this experiment. And then you will find that if you have arch, if you have CO2, and then the arch growth rate will increase 25%. Okay, so this is a very important thing. And after this kind of situation, you can let this kind of CO2 go into the greenhouse. And this is our university, it's a simple greenhouse. Unfortunately now it's a little bit damaged because I'm retired. Many people don't believe in me. Okay, this is a problem. And then you can grow the tomato. Okay, interesting enough, I growing the tomato. I think it's not quite success because tomato growing like this way is not quite success. But I showed to my agronomic people, they said, very success. So I'm quite happy about that. But unfortunately, my student always shows harvest this kind of tomato and send it to my office and give it to me and say, Professor, can you try this one? I said, why? Why not eat by yourself? He said, you try first. Because you want to know whether this will poison. Okay. So for the poison, the professor is very important. Okay, this is an interesting thing. So this goes through this kind of circle. And another thing is mixed acid. Okay, in the mixed acid, you also increase the protein utilization. Always remember, we are missing all this kind of proteins problem important because protein will cause N2O. Remember this. You can see the balance amino acid with a higher protein one and their situation. Okay, you can see the temperature I already showed before, and also enzyme. Even the enzyme also can find the different this kind of CO2 growth the production, and with air or without air. Okay, and this is also very important. Okay, and then you can see in this situation you will find with air and without air, their situation will reduce the shortfall. Is that right? Okay, and during the aeration and the liquid water, wastewater treatment, and also the compost treatment. Okay. Finally, I know my friend is already very nervous. I'm over time. Okay, but finally go to conclusion. Reduce heat stress domestic animal, it can improve animal performance. Of course, okay, we are animal people. We have to consider all the animal performance. Otherwise, the farmer will give up us. And I'm always talking about you are shouting this. Shouting this is me, Professor. Okay, so please let them know this kind of things can improve the animal performance. Reduce heat stress can reduce greenhouse gas. I said before. Our experiment also shows that. Okay? And reduce greenhouse gas production can slow down and reduce climate change. I believe that. I don't believe we can immediately change the climate change. Okay? And slow down to reduce the climate change can reduce heat stress of domestic animals. So go back to the sun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor for his wonderful presentation. So we will have one or two questions. Any question, please?
Peter Winch asked if he thanks Professor Zip for a wonderful performance there. Cage poultry, is it still legal in Taiwan, or are you likely to outlaw the keeping of poultry in cage situations, production systems?
Okay. You know, I'm a graduate of Edinburgh University. And Edinburgh University is very serious concept about animal welfare. And my professor is the first professor of animal welfare in the whole world, Professor Woodcott. I agree all this kind of everything he said, but this is what I know. I'm not agreeing. Because keep inside of the confinement and the situation, you let them have a free movement. You are increase two things. The first thing is bacteria. Increase lots, big trouble. And the second thing is even worse. And you know the particle size. Particle size, P2.5. Okay, P2.5 is already caused a lot of people have lung cancer. People. Okay, and the water inside of the laying-time house, they will have this kind of dust, and all this kind of dust will cause their have lung cancer. Okay, so I am not agree with this second point. The third point is, my goodness, they will also will cause chickens lung problem. Okay, so you ask me, in my country, yes, we have all this kind of free range, all this kind of housing system of animal welfare house, laying time house. But from my point of view, also I am an animal welfarist, but I don't agree. Okay, I think that people should be considered about animal welfare and also human welfare and also the environment situation. That's my opinion. Sorry, my good friend. Please forgive me.
Okay.
Thank you very much for the time from Sean. Very nice presentation. Correct me if I make wrongs. You mentioned that anaerobic fermentation is less efficient than aerobic one. Is that correct?
Aerobic.
Yes. Anaerobic fermentation is less than less efficient than aerobic one. Is that correct?
Okay, can I describe like this way? Everyone here should be noticed these things. Anaerobic things is easy to do in the developing country. Anaerobic. Okay, but the bacterial cycle for the anaerobic bacteria, they will have far more longer reproduction time than aerobic one. Aerobic one is maybe only 1/5 of the anaerobic this kind of reproduction cycle. So anaerobic treatment can reduce the cost, of course, but aerobic one, they will increase a little bit the cost, but they will reduce the treatment time. Sometimes within 7 days, and in Taiwan already have professor developed within 1 day. I don't 100% agree with this because one day we'll have another problem that is if you have to be very accurate about overseas cannot treat. Can you understand what I mean now? Aerobic is a short period and anaerobic is a longer time. Both have advantage and disadvantage.
Thank you, Professor.
The next presentation will be given by the chairman, Pro Arnold. Okay. Oh, yes. He is also very experienced and have a lot of publication. Okay, so let him have this presentation.
Thank you, Professor. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Pramod Penkam, and I have been research work like Professor Cherlapol Yakar here. So if any question, please pass to him also. So my topic also assigned by maybe Professor Chu to select this topic for me. Anyway, I would like to thank for the committee to invite me for today. That we discuss so much from many presentations that ruminant species produce high methane than other species of animal. But if you compare with the human, just a little. I think because this only for the activity of not include everything, just for the body, right? For my opinion, human should be the produce the methane the highest one, because so people so many activity. And also when we look at in terms of meat, so beef produce methane than other kind of meat. So then before we discuss, we should stop to produce this. I do agree with my question, right? I don't think we will not use that way. We should use another way, like how to reduce from the management. So if we compare in terms of ruminant produce around 16% from the all agriculture activity. And then if we focus in only livestock, exactly in terms of ruminant, more than 50%. From pig or chicken, only around 20% from the waste. Okay, back to the definition. So I think everyone almost you know about where is methane come from. Actually, it's come from only three parts, three reasons. The first come from carboxyl group, the bacteria using carboxyl group that Professor Sear already mentioned just now. And the second group come from the hydrogen sink, hydrogen utilized to produce methane gas. And the third from the directly from the methanogenous bacteria or microbes. So you just know this one, just simple. I discussed with Professor Tu. We should actually we no need to do so many things about ruminant. Just to know the definition, because of you can handle between land and forest. You can reduce methane gas already. Bacteria, they can use hydrogen sink to produce C3. So as you just know this one, you can reduce methane already. They have many methods to handle to management. Yes, the first one we are animal nutrition. We try to focus in animal to reduce to block methane gas. Management also many I saw management. Also, many I saw from the gas room, they're talking about manual management. They are also can reduce methane gas. And also very important about animal genetics. So many researchers try to select or improve animal breed to reduce methane gas. So, however, this method will use a long time than other method. And Professor Long from China, he do research a lot about gas management by gasland management. Yes, it looks like I conclude from many papers. The method to measure methane maybe start from respiration chamber we call gold standard. Similar with yesterday we visit station, but that method use head gas production. I saw Dr. Long also present about use the method SAADC. This one method good for the grazing animal and also clean fed system. But I'm sure that so many department, university can measure by in vitro gas production. It's quite easy. Just to use this technique and then you correct the sample, gas sample and inject through the GC machine gas. And another method, like a proportion of carbon dioxide and methane gas. Some Japanese they use laser techniques to detect methane gas. And model, if we're talking about model, Professor Kevin should be the number one to use these mathematical models to the station. We are also trying to develop the technique to measure gas in Nakhon Ratchasima province. Also, for this, the sample from the cattle production system. Cattle in the animal, yes, number one from the animal, the second from the manual. So if we know this, okay, we can control how to reduce gas. Anyway, we are so serious to talking about gas, methane gas production, but if you see here, the gas production from agriculture only 10%. I mean whole agriculture only 10%. But from livestock much less than 10%, right? So if we so serious, we cannot do anything. So okay, we try to reduce this the method that I talked already. So in Southeast Asia and many countries, we try to use so many methods to reduce. For example, we try to control the proportion of lactate and concentrate. Try to use enzyme or local feed resource. Try to use maybe like a precision feeding system. This way is good for not only for reduce gas production, for improve the productivity of animal also. Also, I try to go quickly. Many in Southeast Asia we have so many like a herb. For example, some researchers use garlic, clean, clove, and so many. And also, if possible, in many labs we use in vitro techniques to analyze gas production. So we can select some ingredient in the diet for the animal to reduce gas production. Also use like a byproduct from the factory, agricultural factory or some. Okay. So not only for we should not mention only methane gas. Actually, it's another like how to improve meat quality, milk quality, and animal health also very, very important, and also for improve productivity. I saw many people use the new technique to improve from the milk production lactation and another method to improve efficiency. So, okay, it's very good because we try to use the new techniques to measure and more accuracy than before. For my university, we try to use the local field resource like a herb, like a neem leaf, piper leaf, and many tannin sources, not only to reduce the internal parasite, we use it for antioxidant reagent to improve productivity and quality of the milk or meat. Yes, for tannin, condensed tannin, we talking a lot. So not only for increased bypass amino acid or to control rumen microbe, and also we use for inhibit methanogens bacteria. So this is some local is good source to increase CLA. We know that CLA can anti-cancer and protect some disease. So we do research about how to control the microbe in the rumen. We know that some group of microbe very good bacteria to produce CLA and thereafter go to milk and meat. And also we can stop a bad bacteria to change good fatty acid to like a steady fatty acid. Saffronin, Professor talked already, I should go ahead. So this the method to improve and how to make rumination to be the sustainability system. So we have many methods that I talk about it, nutrition control the group of bacteria and so on. About fat supplementation. So of time I must go quickly. Some research in our group. So we try to increase CLA by using local feed resource like a purple and reduce some methane gas. Yes, some like a neem leaf is very good source, very good local feed to reduce methane gas. Also, anthocyanin is quite similar with tannin. Sometimes anthocyanin can change to tannin. So our group focus in this because of sometimes we supplement little of the powder. In vitro is okay. The result very good in vitro. But when we supplement to animal just little, after that rumen microbe adjust very quickly. So that's why we try to feed by the main feed like proponetate grass. Yeah. So right now we do research a lot about this and we know that anthocyanin very good to provide electron and then can protect the cancer cell destroy, right? Anyway, anthocyanin very easily to destroy with high temperature. So we try to use the basic method. We use silage. Low pH can protect anthocyanin. So this so about anthocyanin we can publish in good journal. That my student from China very good active, so he can publish for paper is a good journal for his PhD. And from here, the university she do research about black sugarcane is a good sort of anthocyanin. She also can publish in good journal. this my student, maybe Professor Luo can remember him. On that he do research with me, and then he subtitle research at USA. Okay, so time quite quick. So actually I finished.
Any question, comments, or suggestion? Yes, please.
Thank you, Professor. Very nice and elaborative presentation. I just want to know your suggestions about, you mentioned so many methods of determining the methane. So which method do you suggest for the developing countries? Which method would be the best, like for Bangladesh?
Okay, I used to visit Bangladesh 2 times. It's quite similar with Thailand. So, except we cannot have the good machine like in they have, because the support from the gas, or also in Thailand we have the supporting from the gas also very very high price. That method is okay if you have money to buy the good machine, like I use chamber. But for me myself, okay, it's easily like we use in vitro gas. Just not so much spend money. However, in vitro and in vivo may be different. Sometimes the result good in vitro, but when we put animal in the chamber, it's different because of lumen microphone adjust very quickly. So that's why I cannot say the best method. Okay, you just use it for the monitor, and then if you have some method to like a mass detector or headwood is okay. I know that right now the machine to measure gas, methane gas is reduced, not so expensive than before. Yeah, if we have money, we like a green fit, really good, but quite expensive. So need some support from Professor Career. You want me one. Thank you for your attention.
Any answer? One more question, comments, or suggestion? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.